How's it going, guys? Girls, hope you guys are having a great week. So it is that time of the month again, guys. It is time to talk about some of the biggest games coming out this month. So without further ado, here are the top 7 games coming out in July. So kicking us off at number 1 is Arcade Geddon. This is actually a cooperative multiplayer game from Illphonic that provides a mix of PvE, PvP gameplay. The basic premise of it is pretty simple. A guy called Gilly is the owner of a local arcade and is trying to save his business from a faceless mega corporation. To do so, he takes all the top arcade games and connects them all to make a super game, which is this game. Unfortunately, the mega corporation Fun Co hacks the game and injects a virus. You and your friends need to save the game and the last hometown arcade. The game looks pretty fun. It allows you to play solo or with up to three friends. Players can actually explore multiple biomes, mini games, and find hidden chests and defeat numerous enemy types and bosses. You can actually take on additional challenges from the local gangs. Apparently there are 10 gangs in the game, and these will earn you more street cred. It has been in early access, but it is now getting a full release on the 5th of July. The second game coming out this month is Loopmancer. This is a side-scrolling action roguelike game from eBrain Studio. It incorporates realistic graphics, and it takes place in a cyberpunk universe set in the year 2046 in Dragon City. You play Xiang Xiu, I think I butchered that, a brilliant private eye who is killed when investigating the disappearance of a famous female journalist. Immediately after his death, he wakes up with a start in his apartment bedroom. Before he can process what happened, his phone rings and his colleague at the agency tells him of a new case, the disappearance of a famous female journalist. So this is one of those kind of loop games. After each death, the private eye will awaken in his apartment and begin a new loop. As the story progresses, reviewing what seemed like the correct choice in the past may lead to a different conclusion. Every decision that you make will alter the fates of in-game characters and rewrite your ending. The game features 7 finely crafted large levels with over 100 weapons to collect. You can cast skills with prosthetic limb chips, and also there are tech items that you can gain and use to defeat enemies. Apparently there will be over 30 different enemy types with unique behavioral patterns. This game looks really fun. The combat looks really fluid, really fast paced, and really enjoyable. I love the art style. I love the cyberpunk setting. I'm a big fan of the cyberpunk genre. So Loopmancer is something that I'm very much looking forward to, and it is set for release on the 13th of July. The third game coming out this month is Endling. This is a beautiful looking indie title from Hero Beat Studios, in which you play the last surviving mother fox on Earth, trying to keep her 3 cubs safe in a merciless post-apocalyptic world that slowly destroys itself. Exploring Endling's 3D side-scrolling world and defending your cubs is your main goal. You will feed them, watch them grow level after level, and ultimately help them survive. Players can use the cover of night to stealthily guide your litter toward a safer place, and can spend the day resting in an improvised shelter and plan your next movement carefully, since it could well be the last for you and your pups. This game's art style is beautiful. It looks to be kind of an artistic indie game that's commenting on humanity destroying natural resources and pollution. So it is an interesting setting, it is an interesting premise, and I'm all for games that have something to say. So I'm very interested in checking out and playing Endling, which is set for release on the 19th of July. The fourth game coming out this month is Stray. This is one of my most anticipated games this month. It is an upcoming adventure game developed by Blue 12 Studio and published by Annapurna Interactive. It follows the story of a stray cat who falls into a world populated by robots, machines, and viruses, and the cat ultimately sets out to return to his family. Players must solve puzzles to progress the story, such as moving obstacles and traversing platforms. You are also accompanied by a drone companion called called B12, who can assist the player by translating the language of the robots and storing items found throughout the world. One of the game's enemies seen in the trailers are the Zergs, who will attack the player in vicious swarms, and obviously you'll have to escape and shake these off and kind of escape from them. Stray looks super interesting. It is one of my most anticipated games coming out this year. Really looking forward to getting hands-on with it and checking it out. And if you are interested, it is set for release on the 19th of July. The fifth game coming out this month is River City Saga 3 Kingdoms. This is a platforming beat-em-up adventure game developed by A+ Games and published by Arc System Works. The game is a retelling of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms saga. You'll be able to play as the heroes from the River City Girls games, including Misako and Kyoko, clearly fan favourites, and there will be a Battle of the Red Cliffs mode that will offer up to 4-player co-op across 10 stages. Players will also have access to a roster of 24 playable characters, which is awesome. I know Dante loves the River City Girls games. He keeps bugging me to play the most recent one, so we do need to jump back in on that. But the little I have played, the gameplay, the minute-to-minute combat, the writing, the art style, it's really, really fun. And I'm very interested to see their take on the Romance of the Three Kingdoms story and the setting. So it looks really, really cool. Love the art style, love the gameplay. And it is set for release on the 21st of July. The sixth game coming out this month is Live Alive. This is a turn-based RPG originally only released back in '99 exclusively in Japan for the Super Famicom. Live Alive on the Nintendo Switch actually brings the game to the West for the first time and resurrects it with the same stunning HD 2D graphics used in Triangle Strategy and Octopath Traveler. The game features multiple characters to play as across 8 possible tales, with each chapter set in its own time period, offering unique gameplay mechanics and locations. Some of the settings include Imperial China, the twilight of Edo, Japan, the distant future, and the Wild West, to name just a few. Players can tailor their adventure by deciding which order to tackle the game's stories in. It looks really, really cool, and it is set for release on the 22nd of July. And finally, the seventh game coming out is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This is an upcoming action RPG game developed by Monolith Soft. It depicts the respective futures of the worlds featured in Xenoblade Chronicles and Chronicles 2, and it is set after the events of both these games. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 takes place in the world of Ionius, I think I said that right, where the mechanical proficient nation of Kiev and the ether-orientated nation of Agnes are at constant war with one another. The wars are fought by engineered soldiers with limited lifespans of 10 years. The game will feature 2 main protagonists and 4 other main characters. After encountering each other during a special mission assigned by their respective superiors, these 6 soldiers end up becoming fugitives hunted by both nations. The group then sets out on a journey to Sword March, a part of Ionius pierced by a giant blade, to seek answers, defeat the true enemy, and bring order to the world. Like its predecessors, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is an action RPG game with a large open world to explore, but unlike previous entries which limited the number of active parties to 3, the game actually allows for the first time up to 7 party members to participate in battles all at once. Party members will also be able to gain the ability to change their character class, granting them access to different abilities, and players can freely switch between these characters, which is really awesome. Under certain circumstances, specific pairs of party members as well can utilize the interlink system to combine into Ouroboros, that's a hell of a name, a larger form with more powerful moves. I'm a massive fan of the Xenoblade Chronicles series. I watched Dante play all the way through Xenoblade Chronicles 1, loved the story, loved the characters, love the setting, and we are currently playing through Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and are hoping to complete that game before the release of this title, because Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is actually one of my most anticipated games this year. I'm really looking forward to it. I've really gotten into my JRPGs this year, which is really awesome, and I'm super looking forward to checking it out when it is released on the 29th of July. So there you have it, guys. Those are just some of the titles coming out in July 2022. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are there any of these games that you're interested in or looking forward to playing? Which games will you be picking up this month and jumping into? And are there any games not on this list that you think deserve a place? Please do mention those in the comment section below. Let's get a discussion going. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it useful and informative. I'll be back again next month with my top game releases in August, so please do look forward to that. Anyway, hope you guys have a great week, of course. Take care, and as always, happy gaming. Bye, guys.